Our Computex 2025 coverage is made possible thanks to our amazing sponsors.
We're here with Bitspower at Computex 2025, and I'm just going to show through, well, some of the key products that they've got on the show. Firstly, we've got this one up here. This is aimed more at kind of your budget-friendly market, but this whole outer area actually comes off. So it just gives you that extra level of kind of customization. So depending on how your build looks in terms of the theme and the styling and things like that, you can essentially just customize it to really give you that next level of kind of having it individual to you. If you want something maybe a little bit more kind of mainstream, then again, next levels of customization, we have different size blocks here, and with this one you can actually remove the cover, which, I mean, I think that actually looks pretty good on its own. You can see the channel of where the water's going to flow through, but if I show you the panel that actually comes off, it has got magnets on there, so this simply just attaches like so, really, really easy. And well, if you want a different color, this is a different size for a different block, but it gives you a general sense of how things could look. So if you want the kind of black and the silver, I guess monochrome almost look, that's fine. But if you want all black, then yeah, that would go on there and just again give you that sense of extra styling and things like that. But the really cool one for me when it comes to CPU blocks is what we have here, because well, this is the front, looks very, very nice, very clean, a really kind of unique style to it. We have got ports on the side, the bottom, and one on the top as well. Obviously we've got our ARGB connector, but it kind of goes a little bit further because, well, I guess cooling down the front of your processor is one thing, but what about the socket itself? Well, with that particular model, you get this here, which is, well, a CPU block for the back of the motherboard, the back of the socket. And again, we have got our standard inlets and outlets on here. So there's one on this side, one on this side, one at the front, and then we've got the same at the top as well. So just a really kind of cool and unique design choice, I guess. But obviously, we haven't seen any performance numbers or what it actually means for the temperatures of how this actually reacts based on sort of what we're seeing here. But I guess it does just make sense that you are going to be able to have something that's cooling the front of the processor and cooling the back of the socket, so that in theory you're going to be able to get them sustained levels of boost on your processor for a longer period of time. But there's a lot more to show you, so let's go over there and see what's next. So moving over to their GPU blocks, exactly the same kind of ethos as what we saw on the CPU block. So this one here, for instance, is for the ASUS ROG Astral 5090, and well, we've got this kind of frosted perspex look on there, but when it comes to the panel, we can just simply remove it. And well, it's only actually held on by 4 magnets, but it's very, very strong magnets that are held into place. And then again, you could just, well, get different colors of this, different materials. I'm guessing maybe you should be able to like 3D print something like this. I can't see why that wouldn't be an option. And then you can just, well, put it back on like so. It magnetizes in place and off you go. So this one's for the ASUS ROG Astral 5090. They've got one over here for the Founders Edition from NVIDIA. We've got the Tough Gaming down here, and then even over here we've got smaller cards for smaller blocks for smaller cards, such as the 5080 MSI Gaming Trio. Slightly different look underneath it. It hasn't got that kind of, I guess, frosted look. Instead, it's more of a clear look. But again, it just shows that extra level of customization that you're going to be able to get with Bitspower's latest products, from the CPU block to the GPU block. And yeah, I think you could actually do something pretty crazy in terms of colors, style, even maybe vinyl wrap something, and yeah. So one other thing they do have is AIOs. Now, this isn't anything relatively new for a cooling company. You'd think, well, this is AIOs, but what they've essentially got is models that are, I guess, aimed at more the OEM market, but then this is just an example of what they're able to do. So we've got a typical kind of ARGB fans. We've got this block on there, but the beauty of that, again, leading to customization, is you can take that block off and then, well, you could, I guess, make anything, or they may even sell them separately so that you can grab different tops to go on the block. So you could have various different logos, designs, styles, and things like that. And they are showcasing this black one here, as well as a white one in the back, which has a slightly different block head on it, so you can kind of see exactly what kind of different levels of customization could be done. Now, the really cool thing on top of that is they do have this controller over here. Now, with the controller, you can see that we've got kind of connections for our fan, for digital RGB, fan, digital RGB. So it's actually got sort of, I guess, as many connectors as you'd need or expect from a device like this. But the really cool thing is, while it can be powered by SATA, as we can see over here, which is one thing, it can actually be powered by Type-C. And that's exactly what they've got here with this power bank, well, not charging, but giving the power to the actual controller itself, which then we have the AIO itself plugged into the controller. So yeah, quite a cool little device. It has got a little screen on there as well. No, it hasn't. Okay. So yeah, so quite a cool little device, and just really sort of handy, and I guess a unique spin on things, the fact that it's got that Type-C power on it. So yeah, this is basically what Bitspower are showing us at the show. There is definitely that next level of customization where they're kind of really trying to think outside the box in terms of, well, everyone's done RGB now, everyone's done this, everyone's done that, so where do we kind of go from there? And I actually really like what they're doing here, so it's going to be interesting to see kind of where Bitspower go in the future in terms of next levels of customization for CPU blocks, GPU blocks, but also if these AIOs do make it to the market. So definitely give some feedback on this video as to whether you think that's something you'd like to see, because, well, Bitspower have got that heritage and that pedigree when it comes to cooling, so if they can bring that to the more mainstream consumer market, well, I think that's only going to be a good thing. So there we have it. That's our roundup of the Bitspower booth at Computex 2025. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for a lot more content coming very, very soon. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.